Welcome back to Psalms today. We're looking at Psalm 11, beautiful little psalm. And it starts, like many do, with the psalm writer, in this case David, really struggling. He's saying, in the Lord I take refuge, but then you've got this message that is being spoken to him, a message that he should flee, that he should get away from it all, that the wicked are at work preparing to destroy everything. And in fact, verse 3 at the bottom there is quite bleak. If the foundations are destroyed, if society is broken from the bottom, if everything is messed up, what can the righteous do? In human terms, on earth terms, the situation is bleak. But what you'll often find with Psalms is that where they start bleak, they tend to turn, and it's always worth noticing where the turn happens. In this case, there's a shift between the first 3 verses and verse 4, a shift in focus from the earth, where all the problems are, to heaven. Almost like when Jesus was asked, how should we pray? He starts, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be your name, and so on. It's establishing the reality of who God is in heaven that can give perspective for life on earth. That's kind of what happens here. If the foundations are destroyed, if society's messed up, what can the righteous do? And then he shifts to heaven. The Lord is in his holy temple. The Lord's throne is in heaven. His eyes see, his eyelids test the children of man. And so it's kind of like a truth anchor that is going to transform the flow of thought in this psalm. At the beginning, he's taking refuge in the Lord, but everything he sees is bleak. Maybe we can relate to that. But the truth is, the Lord is in his holy temple. The Lord's throne is in heaven. He is the one who sees. And so for then the rest of the psalm flowing out from that is kind of... just threw my pen across the table here. The Lord tests the righteous. And so with our gaze fixed on the Lord, what do we see? Well, we see that he hates. I always use a crossed out heart when I'm marking up the word hate. That his soul hates the wicked. And the one who loves violence, let him rain coals on the wicked. Fire and sulfur and a scorching wind shall be the portion of their cup. For the Lord is righteous. He loves righteous deeds. Okay, so we've got this transformation of perspective that has flowed out to us from verse 4, right? God is on his throne. That hasn't changed. And so no matter what may change, he is on his throne and his perspective is consistent. It's persistent, if you like, in terms of judgment. He hates the wicked. He's going to judge the wicked, but he loves righteousness because he is righteous. And so the confidence that David has at the end of the psalm is beautiful. Look at this. The upright shall see his face. Looking at the world, everything looks bleak, even to the point where society itself seems to be broken apart and churned up so that there's absolutely no hope. But there is hope. And that truth anchor of verse 4 allows the shift from the negativity that we see at the beginning to the confidence that we see at the end. And the confidence ultimately is not that everything will be put right. The confidence is that we will behold his face. That's a beautiful truth, beautiful psalm. I'd encourage you to read through Psalm 11. Read it, feel it, see the shift that happens at verse 4. And then share with others. I think Psalm 11 is a psalm that people need to hear. It's a psalm that you can quote. It's a psalm that you can memorize. It's a psalm that you can share with others in whatever form. And if you notice anything particularly encouraging, please write it in the comments below so that others can share in that as well. We will see you next time for the next psalm, which is Psalm 12.